Welcome to Morovia. Hey, have a taste of our culture. Hey, our girls are like no other. Hey, anywhere we take it over. Hey, welcome to Morovia. Hey, have a taste of our culture. Hey, our girls are like no other. Hey.
Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen. So in today's video I am showing you guys how to make my pepper torbogee. There's many ways to make this dish. Some people use bell peppers and other things, but today I'm only using hot pepper. Okay, let's get right into the video. Starting off by cooking my meat in my pressure cooker. If you do not have a pressure cooker, then you'll have to cook your meat in a regular pot, but that means you'll have to cook your meat longer than how long I'm cooking my meat, depending on the type of meat that you will have. But if you don't want to take long cooking this dish, I will advise to use a pressure cooker if you have one, because torbogee in general is not a hard soup to cook. The bitter ball and the kittley is already cooked. You basically just steam it to make sure it's seasoning. Unless you're using fresh bitter ball and kittley, then you have to let it cook for a longer time. But I'm using already cooked bitter ball, so I'm just gonna put them in a pot and allow it to cook for like 10 to 5, like how long did I let it cook for? Like 10 to 15 minutes. I just allow it to cook. I'm also using half of an onion in it, and I will advise, if you are using a pressure cooker, to make sure to season your meat, because, and especially if you're cooking torbogee, because you're just gonna take the meat out of the torbogee and add it to the pot, and then you don't really let it cook too long with the soup. So I advise to season your meat when you're putting it in the pressure cooker. And I cooked my meat for 15 minutes. So I am using 1.5 bags of kittley and 1.5 bag of bitter ball. But if you do not like the bitter taste from the kittley, I advise you either use less kittley and more bitter ball, or you drain the water from the kittley. You cook the kittley by itself and then you drain the water. So I like to cook my dry meat and my dry fish with my bitter ball and the kittley, because they are also already cooked, so no need to add them to the pressure cooker. And also, if you have crabs, this is the best time to add it. I'm saying this because one time I was trying to cook torbogee and I was trying to put the crab in the pressure cooker, and everybody in my house laughed at me for like the longest, because they were like, oh, you cannot pressure cook crab don't take long to cook. So if you have crab or fish or anything that is like that don't take long, or like chicken and stuff like that, like not the organic chicken, the soft chicken, you'll want to add it to this pot. You want to add it to this pot, and all like the hard meat that'll be like the dry turkey, the cow skin. You will not add your chicken feet to the pressure cooker also, but like all your hard meat, you add it to the pressure cooker. But all your soft meat and stuff like that, like the crabs, the dry meat and stuff like that, chicken feet, you add them to this dish, to this pot. So yeah, just remember that, okay? Because they laughed at me for so long and I was so embarrassed. But anyways, let me just get right back into this. And I also like to blend a few pieces of the dry fish or the dry meat when I'm blending my bitter ball and the kittley, just to have like the dry ingredient taste in every bite. Like, because sometimes you don't add too many dry ingredients or whatnot, and not all the time you're gonna end up taking like a dry fish or a dry meat. So when you do blend a dry fish or like a dry meat, when you're blending the bitter ball and the kittley, is like in every bite you will have a taste of dry something, you know. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but yeah. And I also added about 22 peppers in the pot. This is where the pepper torbogee comes from. You want the soup to be as hot as possible, but you don't want to make it too hot. You have to be able to take the heat and add as much as you can take. Don't try to be cool and hurt yourself, okay? Every time I cook this soup, it takes me back to my childhood when my aunt used to cook this on a cold, snowy day. If you lived in Rhode Island, like the New England area in the early 2000s, you will know how bad snow days are, how bad the snow needs to get, making everybody not want to leave the house, but we still have to go to school and work and all that other stuff. So after work and stuff like that, after school, everybody will go to my aunt's house, because we know, especially when it's snowing or when it's cold, she will always make this dish. So everybody will just go to that house knowing there's either pepper soup or some really hot like soup. So everybody will be sitting there eating and everybody's nose is running, but nobody really care about like the pepper because this food was always so damn good. But every time I cook this dish, I don't know why, but it takes me all the way back to those days and I just miss it. Now I'm just taking out the bitter ball and the kittley, and it's totally fine if you don't get all of the kittley, but I'm getting the bitter ball, the kittley, the pepper, and like I said, a few pieces of the dry fish and the dried meat, and I'm just gonna blend it until it look like puree basically. And then I'm gonna add it back to the pot. Now I know the rule for cooking torbogee. First of all, I don't know who came up with this dumbass rule, but after adding the meat, you are supposed to turn off the stove and add the soda and the oil, and then the soup is done. Well, I don't like doing it like that. After adding my meat, I like to let everything cook on medium heat for about 10 minutes. This is just to make sure all the seasoning from the meat and the seasoning from the soup mix together. This just works for me. Nobody has complained so far that my torbogee don't taste good, so for now I'm good. So this just works for me. If you prefer the regular way, you could cook your torbogee the regular way, but this just works for me. So now I'm just stirring to make sure the bottom is not burning, because there's not a lot of water, so that makes it easy for the bottom to start burning. Now I'm just going to add my soda, and you can find this soda from any African store or Amazon, maybe Walmart, I'm not sure. Same for the oil, except you cannot find this oil at Walmart. They need to create a African section in Walmart, I swear to God. But yep, I'm gonna add the soda and the oil, and my stove is on very low heat. So yeah, after adding everything, I'm just gonna stir, and you're gonna see some foaming, and the foaming is normal. Okay, don't freak out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.